Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. Yeah, you know.
Hey guys, what's up? We're back again. This is episode 32 of the world's greatest podcast. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dappie.
We represent two mics,
Two friends,
and one show, the Daps and Pounds show.
Give me some, bro.
Woo!
Boom. Dap
Back
it up.
at it. Back again, guys. I've had a break.
Yeah.
You had a break. We hope that you guys enjoyed episode 31 last week. Today, we're giving you 32. I have been gone. You just went on a trip.
Yeah.
So we're going to get right into our good, bad, bad to talk about those things. Good, bad, bad. For me, I will say the bad is, this is a redo from last week, but Hurricane Irma is coming.
Right.
Harvey was last week. I was, saying that was my bad. This week it's Irma. One funny thing, and this is not funny at all, but it's funny. Did you see the tweet where someone said that they had the names of these hurricanes? Because if you guys don't know,
Freak League,
dude,
I was dying.
Harvey, Irma, Katia, Freak League.
I was, and then you said it in the tone that he said it. You were reading.
I couldn't handle it.
Katina.
I couldn't handle it.
Dude,
that was funny.
That was
Other
a
than
good
that,
tweet.
it's not funny at all. It's crazy. Brandon, for he was supposed to be a groomsman in Miami this week.
Oh, right.
They're in Las Vegas. At the last minute, they changed it, so that's why he's in Vegas right now.
Ah.
But this weekend, he was supposed to
I
be
can
in
only
Miami.
imagine how upset he was.
Well, the thing is, he didn't really want to go anyway because the people that he's going with aren't us, and he wanted to go to Miami with us.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But Vegas, that's where he is now. He seems to be having a good time, but it's crazy, how close to home, things can get. Saw a lot of rappers in Vegas leaving. Saw Nori and Fat Joe leave.
In Miami, you mean?
Yeah, in Miami. Khaled, I think, moved to a different house. It's kind of crazy, man. I wonder if Rick Ross is there. He's probably in that huge Atlanta house that he has, though.
Why not? Be
So
safe
yeah,
out there.
that's the bad is Hurricane Irma. We think and pray about you.
There's already
everybody
a
that's
million.
there.
There's already a million people without power.
Yeah,
down there.
that's insane.
So
The world's getting crazy right now with the weather system. So prayers for that. Good for me is I just got back from Louisiana, and that was a crazy blessed experience for me. I had a chance to go and help out just a little bit that we could with Harvey, but at the same time I was able to see. I was there for a family reunion originally, so there were people that hadn't been in the same room together for 20 years.
That's crazy,
and that was amazing for me. There are people I hadn't seen since I was 6 or 7 years old. Which was my first trip there was when I was 6 or 7. So people I hadn't seen since then. Conversations I had with some people are really, really inspiring, really, really cool. They kept me extremely motivated. So it was like a refocusing time for me. You know what I mean? When you go on long road trips and you just have your earphones and you're, driving, you really get a time to think and reflect. And then when you can see part of where you came from, part of where your family came from, it's just, I feel motivated. It's a different focus right now, so I'm happy about it. So yeah, that's my good, bad, bad. What about you?
it's awesome. I'm sure I know another good.
Okay.
I'll start off the bad because there's really only one bad. Bad has been just anxiety and stress, even though there shouldn't be any, of just getting a new home. And it feels like it's not done until it's done, kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know why, but I just feel like it can fall through at any minute, even though so far everything's been moving fine. So that, and then we're packing up now. The basement's pretty much cleared out and stuff. It's just a process, anyways. But that's only my bad. Good. My trip was to Columbia, Missouri, to watch South Carolina Gamecocks play Missouri. We're now 2-0, as is LSU.
2-0. Did I see 2-0 since SC is 2-0 for the first time in a while, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
since
I don't
like
know the number, but it's been
2012.
That's awesome. That's
Since
really
2012, we were 2-0.
That's good.
First road game since Clowney. Road game win since Clowney. Yeah,
That's
that's
insane.
sad.
That's awesome, man.
Sad. It was really cool. There was like 2 South Carolina fans in front of us, and then surrounded by Mizzou fans. So I mean, we tried to be respectful, but at the same time, I mean, when a guy goes 97 yards on a kickoff return after Mizzou goes up 10-0, you're gonna cheer your head off.
Happy.
Like it's
gonna
gonna happen.
You're gonna be happy.
So it was a really good win. Really fun to just go out there. It was a long drive back. We didn't get home until 2 a.m. Yeah, that was rough. My dad let me drive, which is the
Is that
first. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. That was a first. That was super strange. So
That's interesting.
but 2-0, we were expected. We were the underdogs. Both of them. We were expected to lose against North Carolina State, and we were expected to lose against Mizzou. Mizzou, for anybody who's listening, why I feel like this is such a good win. Mizzou scored 72 points and had 800 yards of offense in their first game at home.
Yeah, that's insane.
They scored 1 touchdown and 2 field goals.
Yeah.
So we're happy about it. 2-0. First home game versus Kentucky next week, 7 o'clock blackout. Guarantee you that stadium is going to be
nuts.
loud.
It's gonna be nuts.
First time to be 3-0, 2-0 in the SEC. Like 4 games and we're bowl eligible. Like 2-0 is a bigger deal when you kind of break it down like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are even talking about Debo potentially, if he keeps on doing this well in games, to be a Heisman candidate.
Wow. That'd be insane.
I mean, he's
That's
got
what's
a
up.
running TD, catching TD, kickoff TD. Like, he reminds me of that guy from the Bears. Who is it who did all? He was a good wide receiver.
Hester?
Yes, he reminds me.
Okay.
How he
Yeah.
plays reminds me of Devin
A
Hester.
little bit, yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'm still mad about Devin Hester because I went to back when the Rams were still in St. Louis. I went to a Rams Bears game, right? And
Right.
Hester had left the Bears, came back to the Bears. His
Okay.
last year with the Bears, and he ran one back, and I got to witness it. And like for those that don't know, Hester was like really, really good at one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to witness a run back. He did a punt. Dude, they called it back. And I was like, are you serious right now? I was mad. I'm still mad about that.
I can tell.
That's awesome though, man.
So
SC game. You got the SC game you're traveling for
yeah.
down the line.
To
that's-
Clemson.
To Clemson. That's
And
going to
they
be hard.
just won 14-6.
I saw that game. I saw pieces of that game. I was watching the LSU game.
And they had
but I saw
11
pieces of
sacks.
that.
So that scares me. Clemson's D-line scares me.
Their D last night was a problem, but
We'll see.
you never know, man.
And the way you have to see it, every game is winnable.
Right.
Plausible.
Every game
No.
is winnable.
But every game is winnable.
Very true.
So,
Very true.
ask UCLA. A lot of good college football games.
A lot of good college football games.
So good to be back. I love it. And NFL starts today.
NFL starts today. Those guys that are doing fantasy, good luck to you. You're doing fantasy.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Oh, maybe next year we could do a Daps and Pounds fantasy football.
Let's do it. Daps and Pounds
Fantasy football next year?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
for
let's
sure.
do it. So football starts. We're excited about that. Saints and Monday Night Football. Adrian Peterson, I want to see what he's going to do with the Saints. He's kind of old, and this is his last leg, but we'll see what he has left. Excited about what could potentially happen there. Patriots got shellacked.
Dude, wow.
They got shellacked by the Chiefs.
I never would have thought I should have started Alex Smith. He's on my bench. He
Put on a
scored. He
show.
got 42 points in my league.
He put on a show.
He's got 42 points. Little did I know. Hey, you should start Alex Smith when he plays the Patriots in the game opening game.
That's their thing now. Yeah, that's becoming a thing.
Or they lose game one.
The angry Tom Brady gif is amazing. Have you seen it?
No.
He like has a towel on the sideline and he's holding it and he's thinking about it and he just throws it out of anger on the sideline from the game the other night.
Is it?
It's pretty funny.
Oh,
It's pretty
I gotta
funny.
see it.
Anything with Tom Brady though is really funny. He
That's
just
like
has like a
an aura about
he's
him.
so handsome and like he's so handsome and like refined and like he doesn't make a lot of emotions, so whenever he does anything it's like funny to me.
Like that's like a meme where like I'm sure the people are saying like when mom says you can't spend the night at your friend's house and stuff like that. You know,
no, it's 100% that, and it's pretty funny. I laughed a lot.
When mom says you can't have another Capri Sun.
When mom says go ask your dad if you can spend the night at your friend's house.
Yeah.
Guys, as you can see, we're having a good time. We hope you are too. Make sure that you follow us on social media. That's Daps_pounds on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are making sure. Make sure that you are making sure. Make sure to go to iTunes, YouTube. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, leave a review or comment. We are super, super excited to have you there. Stitcher as well. Stitcher's back up and running.
Yeah.
So,
well, everything
Stitcher
was
as
fine.
well.
It was just one episode.
Oh, that's
which
weird.
is weird.
That's weird.
But they finally got back to me and they put it up. So
Well, for those that watch us on Stitcher, boom, problem solved. Listen on Stitcher, boom,
Yeah.
problem solved. Guys, we're going to get into this episode. That was good, bad, bad. We do that each and every week. And also each and every week we do new music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not going to cover everything because we're kind of making up for 2 weeks here. So we're going to try to hit some highlights real quick for you guys. Weird couple weeks for music just because
Yes.
there wasn't like huge
It was slow.
monumental albums. So you kind of had to dig into the iTunes listing a little bit. But
not,
we're gonna,
in my opinion, not a lot of good either. Though.
yeah, not a lot of
like
not a
the
lot of
Uzi,
good stuff.
Like think about it. We had Uzi, ASAP Mob, Daniel Caesar,
Cozy Tapes,
like yeah, Action Bronson. Like it was a huge week, and then all of a sudden it just like dove off a cliff.
it really just dove off a cliff. So diving in right now, as far as albums, there wasn't a whole lot as far as albums over the past week and a half or so. I will say that the Odessa, I think that's how they say their name. Odessa, maybe that's how they say their name. They're electronic, right? And you know, our friend Brandon that we just talked about, he loves EDM.
Okay.
This is not as like crazy, and I can listen to some of it, but this is like some of the best I've heard.
Really?
This is pretty good.
I'll have to check it out.
I'm not mad at this at all for those times that you just want to chill out and listen. Funny thing I listened to, Princess Nokia. All right,
I tried.
She is a rapper. This made me laugh.
That's a good name though.
It really is. Her album is called 1992 Deluxe. This came out of nowhere for me. Have you heard of her before?
No.
Because I hadn't heard of her at all. So she put out a 16-song album, which is pretty big for nowadays. I don't know anything about her. I don't know where she's from, anything like that. But I did like the song Brujas. That was funny to me. Her flow, like she can rap, but it's hard for me to take her serious because of subject matter sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's like, if you look at the cover, it is her holding a basketball that what looks like a New York court, you know what I mean? And she's wearing like oversized like 90s clothes. And I don't know if she's like a comedic rapper, a serious rapper. I don't know.
The ball's upside down.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I will say, like, she can rap. I just don't know, like, how it pulls together. And this is my first time ever hearing about her. So, I didn't get through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I listened to a couple songs.
Sometimes I'm wondering, too, it's like, instead of mixtape days, now it's like putting out an album.
Yeah.
Like, people are kind of smarter like that. So it might have been her first time being like, you know what, I can do this. I'll show you.
It might
and
be.
just,
you could be very, very correct with that.
So I didn't get to listen fully to an artist from Reflection, Derek Minor.
Right.
So what did you think?
I listened to it, right?
We've had, like, Derek Minor, we've been listening to him for a long time, but we felt like he always has, like, two or three really good songs, and the rest of the album is just, like, it slumps pretty hard. And so, kind of, what were your thoughts on Did you get a chance to listen to it?
So I listened to this when I was at work, and I will say it is one of his more complete bodies of work. And that's been my biggest complaint with Derek Minor, is that nothing sounds complete.
Okay.
This sounds complete. However, I still think, and this is not a diss because I think he's a great rapper, he's still behind. You know what I mean? The
Right.
Andy Munoz type of thing. I personally think he's still behind that. I think that he will possibly do something different than rap. I can see him being like an A&R for his label or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really, but I think he's a good speaker. I've listened to some of his speaking on YouTube, and I think he's dope there. But yeah, you can give it a listen when you have time, but it's not like this monumental thing. It's not like this huge thing.
I want to see. Oh, we're looking for the track list real quick because I want to go through. Because I think he did. No, hold on.
You're on browse now.
Yeah. Sometimes, guys, you just gotta dig a little deep. You gotta dig a little, wiggle a little, dig a little. I wonder if they took it off.
I don't know, because I had saw it.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Your Soul Must Fly is the name of the album, by the way.
Launchpad. I mean, 7 songs.
Yeah.
So, or maybe that's why it felt better, just because there wasn't as much to it.
That could be true. That no fluff, maybe. That could be a reason in it. KB is featured on this, who we just talked about.
What'd you think
recently.
about that teaser from KB?
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was thought provoking. Like, I thought it was cool. I think for what teasers are supposed to be, I liked it.
Yeah, it was
I liked
good.
it.
So
It's
that
pretty
was
good.
one of the little projects that we had come out that we figured we could break down.
Was there anything you listened to that was memorable for you?
Album-wise, no. Album-wise, I went back to a lot of Daniel Caesar.
Okay.
I went back to Uzi. And I've just been kind of like floating around with like kind of just older albums, honestly. I tried Thomas Rhett. I know people love. There are some
not
people.
bad, dude. He's
there are
not
some
bad.
people who love Thomas Rhett. They're like, he's the best artist. Like down in the Ozarks, like
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
he's
say
big
he
there.
was somewhat worshipped. I can't. To me, listen, my opinion, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. It's like adult kids bop
Well,
music.
for country, I'm big on voices. And he's pretty good, but he's not like a voice that I gravitate towards. For me to like a country artist, you have to have like a dope voice, just different. So I'm more of a Chris Stapleton guy
Yeah.
because his voice is commanding, or Dierks Bentley, something like that. But I'm not into tons of like the Kip Moores and like stuff like that. He's not bad though. It's just I can't listen to a whole Thomas Rhett album.
It's like so like
Chris Young
ugh.
too. He's dope.
I can't do it. Anyways, but from what I've heard, a lot of people really like it. So good for him.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna look at some Lucy's here, and the biggest Lucy that came out is probably Sam Smith.
Yeah.
Sam Smith is back, ladies and gentlemen, with Too Good at
Such
Goodbyes.
a good song.
We were talking just before the podcast. He's one of the artists that can leave and come back and not miss a single beat. It's crazy that all of his fame and popularity pretty much came off of one
single
album. You know what I mean? One single.
One single.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But like, I've played that album in my truck before with my mom, and she'll go, "Who's that?" Like it's a generational. There's no generational gap.
Right.
Everybody tends to like it. Too good at goodbyes. I like this. I think it's dope.
Really good song.
U2 came out with a new song, and I can't do it.
No.
I don't know what it is.
It's there. It's
I don't get it.
There becomes a time where it's
I don't get it.
whatever.
Bono, you've been putting out records now.
Like, think about it though. There's a reason why Phil Collins stopped. Probably because he listened to his music and was like, I just don't have it anymore.
Like it's just I don't know.
Your time is done. The era has changed. Look at we're gonna break down the top charts. The era in music has completely changed.
It is a new regime. Kelly Clarkson, Love So Soft. You had said that you think that it's a good idea that she's going down this road. I do too. I don't see a problem with it at all. Megan Trainor, who? She the last thing that she put out didn't really pick up because I think she was trying to be too weird and like
She was
poppy,
trying to dance.
and it just won't work. Like
She's
that
so industry.
that just
remember when she
won't
won a
work.
Grammy?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Still haven't let that down.
And she won the Grammy over Tori Kelly.
Who won a Grammy?
And you remember the
last
camera
year.
went to her and Tori Kelly's face. She was just like,
Yeah, because she
was
wasn't a
trying
new
so
artist.
hard to keep it together, but I was like, oh no, I'd be mad.
She wasn't a new artist.
Ridiculous.
You can't be a new artist and win a Grammy. Before that, the previous year.
Crazy talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kelly Clarkson, Love So Soft. It is more of that boo-bop sound.
It's
and
good.
I don't mind this at all from Kelly Clarkson. I do think that she has some identity issues musically because we've seen pop Kelly Clarkson, we've seen country music Kelly Clarkson,
However,
and now this. So it's
she
interesting.
is a mom.
Is a mom
And a
for
wife.
sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's just a different time in her life. Like, she's not singing since you've been gone. That's just
No,
not who she
no,
is anymore.
Which is a hard song.
That song is still
Song's
crazy.
so hard, yo.
That song is still crazy.
So hard. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
here for this. I'm a big fan
We've
of
been
this
down
so far.
since day one.
Since day one, American Idol.
Yes.
Since day one.
With
Zayn,
Justin Guarini.
I think you did a good pronunciation of that. I couldn't have done that.
Justin Guarini.
Zayn Malik is back.
This song sucks.
Really, you don't like this?
No,
I don't mind this
This
at
song
all.
can just skip a beat.
It is featuring Sia. It is called Dust Till Dawn. This
doing
is
too much.
probably going to be his new single off his album.
That's a fast
personally
turnaround,
didn't
by the way.
mind it. Very fast turnaround. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was like a hit, though. I didn't think it was like this great thing.
I don't
know
like
that,
Zayn that much.
Really?
Pillow Talk was not great.
I like Zayn.
I think
Pillow
his
Talk
album
is great. I like it.
I thought his album was very overrated.
I think his album
Was overrated.
was all over the place. Like I didn't know what to think of his album. I think that he has talent, but I just think he needs to be with someone to like.
Yeah.
He needs like a scooter. He needs someone to like kind of try to channel what he's trying to do. So we'll see though.
He needs Timbo. Everybody needs Timbo.
Everybody needs Timbo. Demi Lovato steady dropping singles.
That's a good
You
song.
Don't Do It For Me Anymore. Good. I think this album from Demi may be her best ever. And I say that saying that I don't really listen to Demi Lovato albums, and this is going to be the first one that I want to listen to because of the singles that she's put out.
Yeah.
So for me, it'll be the best ever because it'll be the only ever hit. But shout out to Demi Lovato. Kevin Gates dropped Had To. He's still inside of jail. He's inside of a gate. I thought this was just okay. I don't personally get the Kevin Gates hype. There are some people that really love Kevin Gates. I think he's talented and he can rap, but
His interviews are great though.
they're hilarious. I just don't get all into it. Yeah. Afrojack. Now this was kind of melodic electric, but he dropped No Tomorrow with Belly, OT Genesis, and Ricky Breaker. I like this. This was kind of hard to me.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Let's see what else
I
we
always
have
like Belly
here.
though.
Tovlo dropped a new one called Disco. Now let's talk about it. Taylor Swift. Look What You Made Me Do was what she put out 2 weeks ago. And then this week, she put out that... Let me see where it is. I thought this was it.
Yeah, she put a, I don't even remember the name. Ready for it.
Guys, now we've had 2 singles. If she drops another single like this, I'm ready to say it's over. I'm ready to say it may be over for Taylor. Because... Look what you made me do. I heard it this past weekend on some college games. You know how they do the
Look
fade
what
out.
we- yeah, I
they
know.
tried to like do it, and it just didn't connect that well for me. And this song, after hearing it, this song I don't like at all. Look what
hold
made
on,
me do
hold on,
had
hold on,
redeeming
hold on.
qualities to me.
Ready for it. The part where it slows down
Was decent.
and she's singing,
Yeah, it was decent.
I was like, this part is good. This is good, Taylor. The beat, though, and everything, it's so old. Like, that style feels so old now. Like, that's like 4 years ago.
Taylor Swift is one of those people that are super industry, and I know that every time they come out, it is a industry-created thing recently, but she tends to break through with her catchiness. I don't care about that because of her catchiness. Shake It Off is crazy.
I think a lot of it has to do with people like she feels close to. She now just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I want now. Like I'm just gonna make it, even if I think like kind of like one of those like a Yeezus album for Taylor Swift.
Okay, I can see that.
So some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it, but for her as an artist, she's like, oh, I wanted to do it.
And I think I just
made that connection right
That
now.
was pretty good. But I like that this is her Yeezus maybe. But I
don't like Yeezus.
Yeah. I was just gonna say like
Right, so
like Yeezus, other than Blood on the Leaves and Black Skinhead. Other than those, I wasn't feeling Yeezus,
Right,
and I feel like this. I'll listen to the album and there'll be like 1 to 3 that I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, this is
100%.
hard. This is hard. But this might be the first album in like a 2 or 3 album run where I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Taylor, this ain't it.
I told you though,
This ain't it.
what is it, 82 or 89?
1989.
89. That's going to be her considered overall her best album.
Yeah. I agree with you, but hey, it happens. We're talking as if it's easy just to put out, you know what I mean, like super quality albums every single time.
She's been on a crazy run.
Drake doesn't do it every single time. Put out these super consistent albums.
Views and More Life have been very bipolar.
Extremely bipolar. So it's kind of like we knew that it would come for Taylor, but maybe not at this time. I don't know, but. I'm not here for the Taylor album as of yet. Next single I'm going to be looking for because I'm curious to see what happens with that. What's up?
I forgot to listen to the new Division song.
Oh, yeah.
How is it?
It's so for those that complain that Division isn't different enough and everything kind of sounds similar. This is different, but it's not like crazy different. I don't even know what to compare it to, but I personally like it, but I'm starting to just be a Division guy where I like everything they do. So I'm biased.
Okay.
But it's called Mood. Their album comes out very soon, I believe. So yeah, Division's coming.
Did you listen to Roy Woods? I saw on Twitter yesterday that he put out a new track.
No, I did not listen
Okay.
to the new Roy Woods.
Sid, what'd you think?
My girl Sid dropped On the Road. She's putting out an EP called Always Never Home. That has like 3 songs on it. That just happened, and she's staying consistent. I like that. This song is not my favorite song off that EP. The other 2 songs are, but she's staying consistent to what she did on Finn, and I can appreciate that.
Nice.
So I like Sid. New Rules by Dua Lipa. I saw a lot of people on Instagram talking about this song, so I got like hype about it. It's not for me though. I'm not really into that. Once again, there's a lot of girls in this poppy lane right now, but this one wasn't for me necessarily. Let's see. The Americanos, Everyday featuring Drum and Kyle. I did not listen to this, but I'm going to. This sounds like it could be a really interesting song, but I didn't listen to it.
I didn't either. I didn't even know that was out.
We're
bad at our jobs.
It looks like it could be really interesting.
I'm back.
Where do you see this song?
Gazelle.
Oh, yeah. He dropped that on SoundCloud.
Yo,
I'm
go.
back. Aha. It's Aha. For those that don't
That
know,
boy's a problem.
we've told you guys Trillium 2, Trillium. We've told you guys about Aha Gazelle, Reach Records signee.
Lecrae says he's a genius.
He's coming and he's next level. Trust me, I was late to the party. Make sure you're not late to the party because he is probably going to be something bigger than that. It doesn't fit the mode of like the Christian hip hop guy, but he's gonna be bigger than that. You know what I mean?
So
like
the next him and Beam, in my opinion, are the next 2.
They're the next 2, and they're not traditional. Like they're going to
He
break
came out
out
with a track
of
called
that.
Centipede.
I'm looking
Check it
forward
out.
to it.
I don't know if you've heard that yet.
What? Oh, Beam?
Yeah.
No, I haven't
Beam,
heard
he
that.
made
I've heard his
Centipede.
features
But you know what's
on
crazy? Dive.
On Dive.
Marty, what'd you think? Social
I liked
Club
it.
Misfits.
I liked it.
Social Club.
I liked
They're
it.
good.
Yeah.
But Beam and Aha both produce as well.
Okay.
So I think that's interesting. They're both kind of like in that same lane, but
There's a lot of people coming with the do-it-yourself,
Because that's what the
mode right now.
computer can do.
Yeah.
You get your bootleg copy of Fruity Loops, and it's all over from there.
It's done after that.
What do you think of the I Love McConan featuring Ray Sherman?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
Nope.
I love.
Nope.
He's done. There's a
don't-
reason he was dropped from OVO because they were like, bro, you're not making like anything good anymore.
And it's weird because I wonder. It's one of those things where I wonder how much research OVO did on him before they signed him. To
No, they really
see.
just wanted that track.
I feel like that's what it was. They wanted the record.
That record's so good though.
It is really,
Got the
really
club going, huh?
Hey, what'd you think of Young Thug
Carnage.
and Carnage featuring Meek Mill Homie?
Oh, I didn't listen to that.
So Carnage, DJ Carnage is like he does like hip hop EDM.
okay.
It's very interesting to listen to. I actually like it, but it's real weird. Like it's kind of offbeat, but Thug is I love Audible Thug.
Yeah.
This Audible Thug thing he's doing recently is so good. I like being able to understand Thug. Meek Mill did his thing too. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good. We had Dive featuring Beam that we were just talking about with Social Club Misfits. That was good. We had your favorite rapper, G-Eazy.
Shut up.
G-Eazy put out a song called No Limit with ASAP Rocky and Cardi B. Cardi B stole the song. She had the verse of this whole record. ASAP Rocky just does a hook. And he does a good hook. It's weird. I don't think of ASAP Rocky as like a hook guy, but it's a pretty good hook. Cardi B though, she has a verse. She
Mary
spit on that verse.
hates Black and Yellow.
Black and Yellow.
Or not Black and Yellow.
Oh,
sorry.
Bodak Yellow. Bodak Yellow.
She hates it. She's like, she's talking. She's not rapping.
Oh yeah, the whole thing's just
Do it. Wanna do.
she's but there's like a pocket like that she's in and it's weird.
She's a very crazy individual.
She's insane. She's
out
insane. The Miguel, Shock and Awe. Now, the single that he just put out with Travis Scott has grown on me.
Right.
This took a step back, in my opinion. I
can see
wasn't
that.
I wasn't crazy about Shock and Awe that much.
I like Miguel, so I'm just waiting for the album.
Yeah, me too. Gary Clark Jr., he dropped Come Together. It's just the regular Come Together, but he did the remix for it for the Justice League movie. So we're looking forward to that. Maroon 5, they dropped What Lovers Do featuring SZA.
Great
the
song.
song is pretty good. I'm not mad at this.
It's radio friendly,
It's extremely,
which is what he
Radio
does
friendly.
best.
very true.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's a pretty good come up off of where we were the last couple weeks that we were missing that content from you.
So, I think that's a good segue to let's dive into the top charts. Sometimes, guys, what we want to do is we want to go to the top of the charts on iTunes Music to figure out where is the landscape going? What are we seeing? What albums are being played? What songs are being played? And we think, I mentioned this, we think it's pretty telling right now, actually.
It's extremely telling. So right now I'm looking at iTunes top songs. So these are just singles right now. And the number one song is Bodak Yellow. Now, the number 2 song is Bank Account.
That one shocked me, actually.
I think, and Bank Account is so great. Like, I love Bank Account. But I think that tells me that we are starting to really not care about lyricism. And, like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, it's more about how a
It's a
record makes
vibe.
you feel now. It's
Yeah.
definitely a vibe.
Which is why producers, in my opinion, are going to start getting paid more.
I agree. I agree with that, too. Shout out to hip-hop. The top 6 songs are hip-hop songs. So that's dope.
Yeah.
Then you have Gucci Mane, I Get the Bag. I like that song. Logic. And, you know, nobody was really talking about this song before the VMA performance. So that's one of the, you know, people say award shows are dying, and I think they are. But that one moment, that performance, is why there's so much emphasis put on award shows still.
Well,
you
it
could have a
went
moment like
viral
that.
now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's the thing, too. Like, your performance can still go viral.
Yeah. So I think there will always be an award show because there's always that moment that needs to happen. So he's coming in at number 4. The Way Life Goes, Uzi
Dude.
Vert. Now, what's weird about this is
People's champ. That's the song.
I said that this was my favorite song when I first heard it, but I didn't think that it would
be the people's single?
Everyone is. I still say that the reason why this is the people's song right now and sitting at number 5 on iTunes top charts is this is one of the only Uzi Vert songs that is a song.
Yeah.
He has a verse. He has a hook. Like, usually everything just runs together. I love this. This is dope. This song is just so
It's
good.
really good.
It's so good.
You'll find another life to live.
It's just,
I
it's
swear
just
that
dope.
you'll get over
It's
it.
dope. Kodak Black, Roll in Peace.
Even that. You sign on my back,
You get on my wrist,
you
you
get
get
on my neck.
you get
Like,
on
it's just,
my wrist.
he killed the melodies on it.
It's dope. It's dope.
Compliment was stop.
Kodak Black dropped Roll in Peace featuring XXX Tentacion. I see, that's the weird part. I don't listen to Kodak Black like that. And to see this on the top songs for iTunes right now tells me that there are a lot of young people that all they do is listen to Kodak Black.
They love Kodak Black.
They love Kodak Black. Now, Taylor Swift, look what you made me do is number 7.
White
That's
girls ain't playing it.
huge to me.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was the queen of the top charts. Now, that tells me that times are changing, but that also tells me that, just like me, I don't think that people are really taking to the new Taylor Swift the way that...
Shake It Off actually grew so quick.
Crazy.
Like
Crazy.
that, because the music video came out too.
Yeah.
That was popular. And it was one of those things where that one friend would be like, no, that song's good. And then you would say, yeah, you're actually kind of right. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it
yeah,
hated
yeah.
on it, but then everybody was like, no, like, but you do like it.
I was a Taylor Swift hater because I liked country Taylor Swift, and when she moved to pop, it took me a minute to kind of like adjust. But
yeah.
when Red came out, I was like, all right, there's some records. 1989 is undeniable. Like, it's just so hard. But she's sitting at number 7, and a performance can change that. She might have a viral performance or something, and people will rush to go buy the record.
But she's
right
gonna
now,
start dancing, and
I
it's
can't
gonna
take her dancing at all.
Ugh.
But we'll see. Yo Gotti comes in at number 8 with "Rake It Up."
That's
this is a strip
crazy
club
to me,
song,
too.
and I think the strip clubs are what's making this pop right now because it sure ain't
And
people.
parties.
Yeah. Sauce It Up again. Uzi Vert doing it again. This song's okay for me, but it's nowhere near how much I like The Way Life Goes. XXX Tentacion with Jocelyn Flores. I'm a little surprised by that being top 10.
He's the number 1 album right now, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Which is concerning.
Yeah.
If you guys want to know, we've talked about it. We've shared. Do your research. There's been a lot of articles that have come up on who he is as a person. Some very telling stuff to the point where I'm not going to be playing. I actually did appreciate this album a lot, but until we know things further, remember, like, you listening to that music is also supporting that individual, and the stories that we've been hearing right now, I just can't in good faith support an individual whose lifestyle is reflecting this stuff that, let's be honest, that we would call, if he wasn't an artist, trash.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And so some things need to happen, and I think he needs help. He needs genuine help. He needs counseling. And he needs to be a better place in life. And then hopefully, him accepting, I hope he accepts that, apologizes for that, and moves on. And then so that, because he has talent. There's no doubt about it. The guy has talent. But right now, I'm more concerned about who he is as an individual than his music, and I'm not going to be rocking with his music. So
I agree completely, wholeheartedly. It's just, he's off. He's different. But you can do that. And listen, we listen to rap all the time that talks about bang, bang, shoot 'em up. But these rappers are doing that as a sense of, music is entertainment. And a lot of these rappers aren't actually out here doing that. So when you have a rapper that's out here doing exactly what they say, it's always kind of like, whoa, you know. And then when you have somebody that is dark and you know from their music and from their antics that they think a little off, but yet you have these abuse allegations out there and the stories that are come out, you kind of have to say, wait a minute, is this where I want to put my money?
Yeah.
Is this where I want to put my ears? Is this what I want entering in my brain right now? Because there's a lot going on with that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if all of these stories we've been hearing is true. But until then, nah, X, I'm not rocking with you.
And Lil Pump, like that Lil Pump dude
Yeah, Lil
talking
Pump.
about selling meth, like
Yeah. No.
Like he literally has drug addictions, and we're acting like it's super cool. Like popping pills is not cool. Like on this podcast, we will stand firm in saying like
Yeah.
throwing like hammering down codeine, popping pills everywhere. Like that stuff's not cool, and
No.
it's starting to get to a point where our young people are celebrating it, and that does not need to happen.
No, not at all. And it's weird. It's like, it's so weird because when we were young, it was like coke was weird. Like no rappers talked about doing coke, and like now rappers talk about
Yeah.
we do coke. Like it's like a weird thing. And also, so I watched an interview that Peter Rosenberg did on Hot 97 with Wi-Fi's funeral, and that gave me a lot of insight. So I went back and listened to his album, and I get it. I get where he's coming from, and he did a freestyle there, and he actually can rap. Now, the problem is just what we were talking about. He raps a lot about just drugs, but he also raps about the struggle and trying to get it. He's not all drugs the way like Pump is and stuff like that, but Wi-Fi's funeral, I got a new appreciation for him. So we have Sam Smith, Too Good at Goodbyes, number 13. That's going to change.
Yeah, no, that's gonna go up.
This time next week, I'm guessing that his song will be up the charts, probably in the top 10, top 5, somewhere in there, because the song's just too good to deny that. I'm really looking forward to that. SZA,
Taylor
The Weeknd's
Swift's
still up there.
second single, number 24.
Taylor, it's over, baby. Maybe not. But this single's not doing it. You still have Kendrick Lamar, Humble in the top 22. Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that he's actually making a mark right now.
He's like becoming like the image of that generation.
Yeah. He just took a picture with Magic Jordan I just saw on Twitter too. I like that.
I like the fact
like
that him
that.
and Omar are friends.
Yeah, and they seem to be like friends, like genuine like friends. So that's dope.
That song was really good though. I really liked that song. I remember I was in the shower listening to that and I was like, no.
It's really
no,
good.
No.
Gold Link with Crew. Listen, that song is one of my favorite songs that's been put out in 2017. Crew, just the way it comes on, that link you showed me on Twitter about the producer, just Crew is such a great song, man.
Well, we said
Love
that was
song.
like easily the best song when like you listen to his album. You're like,
by
it stands
far.
out
It was
so
almost,
much.
It was almost like night and day compared to the
Yeah,
rest of
100%.
it. Shout out to Gold Link.
Greatest Shock, number 30. Congratulations. That came out in 2016. Like, not even late 2016. We're talking about like mid
2016,
2016.
I think
Post
people,
Malone. That
I think
album is
people
so good.
are falling in love with him,
As that persona?
and he's bigger than his music now. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, bro, I listen to, I'm a nerd, so I listen to wrestling podcasts, and I was listening to Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. He had Post Malone on him. Now, they could not be any more different.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there and they're having a 2.5-hour conversation, and I'm at work following all of it, and I'm laughing, and Stone Cold's asking him questions. He's asking Stone Cold questions, and him as a person has become so much bigger.
Well, and I know you don't know these people, but they're H3 Productions. Like,
Okay.
And his name's like Ethan, and oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the names? Anyways, but they got a huge YouTube channel, and he's friends with Post, and like, I think that the internet culture has embraced him as a person because of those kind of vlogs that he's been a part of.
Yeah.
And like you see him, like he just was on Twitter the other day too, because Rich Chiga.
Oh yeah,
And
I
he
saw that.
got
The
a-
gospel band.
Yeah,
I
gotta,
saw that.
like that's the kind of individual he is. But Ethan and Ela Kleiner, I think they're, golly, why am I blanking on their name? Anyways, but they say like he is literally one of the nicest individuals as a person. And he says like, who would have thought that this guy who makes like YouTube videos of memes and stuff, he's like, I never would have thought like I'd be friends with this guy, but I guess Post Malone like was watching his videos before even he was big.
He's funny on Twitter too because he hates people like rhyming his name with stuff, and he'll tweet out like, "I'm gonna change my name so you guys can stop."
Post Malone, it's so good.
And like on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, he was like, Stone Cold's just like, so your music, like I listened to the album and I thought that it was gonna be like hip hop. And Stone Cold's from Texas. He does not listen to hip hop whatsoever. And so he was like, but it's not. It's something else. It's different. And Post was saying, yeah, like
That's what he wants.
that's what I want. I don't understand what's wrong with. There's a segment of my show that I get a chair and I sit it down and a steel guitar.
That's so good.
He just goes in and he says, I'm rapping, and what I do is influenced by rap culture, and I grew up with friends in that culture, so I'm influenced by that, but I also am influenced by country and steelgrass and stuff like that. So he was like, it just works. It's one of those things that it's organic and it just works. So Post
and White Iverson, like I listened to that song, it's still so good.
It's hard.
But that album is very underrated. Like I went back to that album and like I downloaded it on my phone and that was one of the albums like I was going back to and listening to it. Like it's really good and it makes me excited for what he has coming up next because he is trying to push it. Like who would have thought you'd have a song with White Iverson and then the last song on the album has like black, like bluegrass feel to it, but it works.
It really does work. You have Redbone coming in at 36, Childish Gambino. That's still on the charts, and it needs to be. That song, I just listened to that song again yesterday, and it's so crazy how that song makes me feel when it comes on.
I like the piano version of that
piano
guy.
version, yeah, it's dope too.
I love it. So I mean,
that's pretty
like
much
the most telling ones.
The telling ones. But guys, we are seeing Taylor Swift kind of having her crown taken away in the top 10 of iTunes. We are seeing people like
no JB
21 Sep, bro. So when
wait, is he even on? Like
I don't even see him.
Scan
I don't
for
even
him.
see him.
That was one like we were both like, yo, Friends is gonna be big.
Friends.
What?
Friends is number 84. Friends is number 84.
That really blows my mind.
Number
actually.
84.
Shawn Mendes 70 is still above him.
Yo, I watched Shawn Mendes Unplugged on MTV recently.
That must have been good.
Brother. Shawn Mendes is. I got his last album and I loved it.
He's for real?
He's for real. There's a part of the VMAs, I don't know if you saw it, but he's performing, and Ed Sheeran had performed before him. And so he performs, and I don't know, sometimes I think the camera is like, the people telling the camera are like, cut to this to get reactions.
That's how it actually works. So you have like a director in the booth, and they see a bunch of different TVs, okay?
Right.
And so the cameramen, you'll have in your headset, one of them will say, go to the crowd in case we want to cut to somebody.
But I'm saying, I think they do it for drama too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, they cut to Ed Sheeran, and the reason why I know that they were doing this on purpose is because they cut to him 4 times watching Shawn Mendes, and he was like kneeling down and he was just kind of looking, and his face is just kind of like stoned. The memes were insane because people were like, how did this person steal my whole set? Like, bro, Shawn Mendes can sing.
Yeah, but he also plays with a full band.
Yes, he does.
Ed Sheeran hasn't done that yet.
No.
And he will, and it will be epic.
Shawn Mendes, I love them both.
I like his album a lot. I'll always remember the tweet
both.
that said, and I think I've said it multiple times on the podcast, if you don't like Shawn Mendes' album, you're lying. Oh. Like, it's kind of one of those albums.
It's really good. It's really good. Guys, that is our top charts conversation. Right now, we're going to get into some Dappie Qs. We had some new questions come forth. We're going to start with our boy Sean Tran, all right? Let them know, Big Sean. Sean wanted to know, if you had to choose between Harry Potter, Star Wars, or Lord of the Rings, which one would you choose? Mine's easy. Star Wars. because I'm not into Lord of the Rings, and I'm only kind of into Harry Potter. So Star Wars for me, just because I have that background of it, and Darth Vader is one of the best people.
Let's flip it. One's got to go. For me, it's Harry Potter.
For me, it's Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But that's just because I don't have the background. Like, I've seen one.
I want to say Lord of the Rings. However, that's hard to do right now because Lord of the Rings is done.
Okay.
Star Wars is coming back. There's more to it. You know, it's like the universe is still expanding. We're being introduced to newer characters. Like, I know there's a whole book series, but Lord of the Rings was like 3 books in The Hobbit. Like, that's it. Like, you're done.
Yeah, that's true.
But the Star Wars universe has a lot more to offer. So I probably have to say Star Wars, but I am a huge Lord of the Ring fan. Like, I really am.
I need to one day, like, sit down with the Lord of the Rings and, like...
I'm surprised you haven't, because the movies are actually, like, from a cinematography standpoint...
And that's what I hear all the
amazing.
time. I need to just go ahead and do it. And, you know, nights kind of. So
I have...
Oh, my gosh.
I have the Blu-rays, though, if you want to borrow them.
Okay, I'm going to have to do that. So thanks, Sean. That was your question. Our boy Kobe had a few questions for us. What do you think about Lonzo's comments about Nas? So he's talking about Lonzo Ball. He is the new point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. His father, LeVar, had a lot of outlandish things to say, and we've talked about it here on this podcast before. Now, I actually watched all 3 episodes of Ball in the Family.
I have so much
Facebook.
more respect for them, actually.
Bro, did you watch any?
Yeah.
Dude.
I like them a lot more now.
They're, as a family, I get it now. You know, I get it. And seeing what their mom is going through and everything
and
like
the fact,
that,
like,
just,
think about how strong you have to be as a dad in that position. Like,
yeah.
No,
all of his peacocking is just like a shield.
Well, they said
they know what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. They all say that.
Yeah.
They're like, you think he's just an idiot, but it's calculated.
Yeah.
And it has been. You know why? Because his outlandish comments have gotten him all over television and interviews.
It worked.
Would you act crazy to get on ESPN?
A lot of people would.
Would you say stupid stuff to get on ESPN?
A lot of people would. That's what people. It's a lot of what people would do.
Anyways,
Lonzo, when
those
asked
shoes are
about
garbage.
No, they're repugnant. But when asked about music and Nas, he said Nas was played out. He said that real rap was Future and the Migos. So Kobe's asking what we think about that. I think it's ignorant, but not in a bad way. It's ignorant just because he doesn't understand. You know what I mean? Like, he is in a different generation.
You can't say he's not hip hop. You can say no. He said nobody. Now everybody can take it to a stream. Now, but let's be honest. Not a lot of people are listening to Nas anymore. That is a fact.
No, that's a fact. Yeah,
that's a true fact. Now, if he said that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when he says true hip hop, like real hip hop is blank, is blank, is blank, that's where it's ignorant.
I think he messed up. I think he messed up because he said real. You know what I mean? That's
like,
where
that ain't real hip hop. Like, you didn't even add Kendrick. You trying to say Kendrick ain't real hip hop? Like, let's be real, boy. Now, hip hop, like we said, there's open room for a lot of subgenres, so that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of just don't even really pay too much attention to it, Kobe, about what he said. It's kind of like a generational thing. We love Nas. We understand what Nas is, but and we understand what Migos and Future is too.
Migos!
I get why he loves it, but chill out a little bit. So now with the date, I believe it's November 18th, something like that. Taylor Swift is dropping her album. Kobe wanted to know, do I think Taylor Swift is spiting Kanye?
Yes.
And how do we... Oh, yeah, that's a different question. So I think so.
Yes. She can say whatever she wants. It's all leading up to it. And if you watch the music video, dude, there's some subtle tones. Like, I think the car crash is actually a response to Kanye, because Kanye crashed. He's got a Grammy in his hand. Kanye crashed a car. Remember, before he was big. The bird cage, Hannah Montana, the cage thing. There's a lot of subtle references, like, and I haven't digged into it.
There's
deeper,
references
like,
all throughout that music video.
Gwen Stefani, there's like a point where they're like, the girls are walking, and it's like the Gwen Stefani, few times they've been around that track. Like, the whole persona of that, like, So there are a lot of different things in that video, but I think it's not calculated at all. She's the girl who cried wolf, and she's making a name for it. That's fine. Do what you gotta do. I think it's stupid, and I think the numbers on the charts are not lying to how your fans are reacting to your music. So do what you need to do, but don't gripe and complain about it if it's not the result you want. Game over.
100%. All right. How do you feel about we're real hip hop attitude in generation? So what Kobe's asking is just in hip hop, there's like every generation says, "No, we were real. No, we were real."
Golden age of hip hop.
It's one of those things where everyone feels
Everyone paves the way.
as if they kind of are the reason for whatever.
What about Sherlock? Or William Shakespeare. Let's go back. What about rhyming? Who was the first one to invent rhyming? Are they real hip hop?
William Shakespeare, he spit some.
What about David?
You read Othello? William Shakespeare's out there.
Yeah, dude. I'm just saying, like, there's stepping stones for every single one.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of people say the golden age because the golden age was the first ones to make it pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Black culture became pop culture back then.
Yeah.
So in some ways, you could say, yes, that was like establishing moment for hip hop. But real hip hop has changed vastly. We've mentioned it on the show so many times. There's okay for subgenres, and let's be honest, people are going to look at Future and say, look what Future did for artists 5 years from now. People look at Tupac and they say, well, look what he did for artists now. People are going to look back and go, look what Jay-Z did. People are going to go back and say, look what Drake did. People are going to go back and say, look what Nas did. I mean, it's constantly going to continue. But there is also going to be a point where people don't talk about you anymore. KRS-One, legend, hip-hop legend. People don't talk about him really anymore.
No.
People don't want to hear new KRS-One music. I mean, that's just a natural progression of music in general.
I totally agree. I think that's one of those things where you have your old guys, and when they get upset at certain things, they will freak out. And I think that their freak out is because they don't feel like the younger generation cares about lyrics anymore. I think that's what it comes down to. But everything is a circle. And I can't remember who, but they explained it like this. Hip hop wouldn't be what it is without James Brown because people really couldn't understand James Brown. It sounded like a lot of rap today. Well, when you listen to a lot of Future, he sounds like old James Brown. He's just making melodies.
Yeah.
James Brown was not this amazing singer. You know what I mean? Like, he had a crazy band and he kind of orchestrated. He was almost like a soulful Kirk Franklin with a lot of his things. And that's what Future is. And people don't understand that, and people want to get mad about that, and they'll just diss an entire generation.
Right.
Music is about the way it makes you feel, and I think that if it makes you feel, hip-hop is a feeling to me, too. If it makes you feel like hip-hop, then it's hip-hop. I think Uzi is just as hip-hop as KRS, but it's just a different feel because times change, music change, instrumentation changes, and we kind of progress with it, and there are going to be people that come out that we say aren't hip-hop, like Tory Lanez. But other than that, everything's hip-hop. Right, Kobe? Boom. Guys, we're going to move on to our top 5. This week we have top five Lil Wayne songs. Guys, this was a topic of conversation recently, the last couple days. I saw DJ Academics get himself in hot water because he said the Carter 3 is not a classic. So this is kind of helping this conversation. And
I don't know how you can call, like, people are already calling Kendrick Lamar's new album a classic, and you can't call the Carter 3 a classic for what it was during that time.
Here's what it is. I say Carter 2 is a fan favorite street classic. I think that Carter 3 is his commercial classic. Either way, classic. I don't think that you have to choose. I think you can say 2 and 3 are both classic. I don't think you have to, say one's one and one's not. Because Carter 3, bro, is insane. For you to not think Carter 3 is a classic after everything that kind of came from it, it's insane. I don't get it. But we're going to give you our top 5 Lil Wayne songs throughout and see what you guys think about that. So, let's get started.
Let's just knock it out of the park. A milli.
A milli.
A milli, a milli, a milli, a milli.
Guys, there was so much. No one was rapping over beats with no hook and stuff like that and just putting them on an album. You might get a freestyle like that on a mixtape, or someone would come to Rap City back then or something and rap, just rap, or on Sway or something like that. But to put it on an album and make that your song and make that track too, no one was doing that. Absolutely no one was doing that. A milli kind of really paved the way for a lot of that to come back. So shout out to a milli. And he had bars on it. Like, it's just...
A millionaire.
The goon to the goblin line, bro, is so crazy.
But what's a goon to a goblin? Nothing. You ain't saying nothing.
We could do a whole show on Wayne lines if we really want to talk about that. Yeah. Because the Show Me My Opponent... and Stuntin' Like My Daddy is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
I forgot about that.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever heard, bro.
I forgot about that.
So nuts.
I still love that. Been playing the game so long, my thumb bruised. Like, I love that one so much.
So crazy.
Anyways, Mr. And also, a milli was remixed by everyone.
Everybody did a version of that song.
Everybody rapped on it. I mean, you have to put it up there. Like, that was game-changing. And when we were in high school at the time, everybody was playing a milli. Like, if you didn't know a milli, people were concerned about who you are as an individual.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a young money millionaire.
It was dope.
Tougher than Nigerian hair.
So, I'm going to say my next one... You do. You sound amazing.
I sound just like him.
My next one that I'm gonna do is Let the Beat Build. Let the Beat Build for me. It was a Kanye. It was a Kanye produced song. It's dope. The beat actually does build as he continues to rap. That is one of the songs that you get bare Wayne bars. He's not like singing Wayne. Mm-hmm. He's not auto-tune Wayne. He is rapping his butt off. I love that song. Let the Beat Build for me.
Let the Beat Build was really, really good. Tie My Hands.
Great song. Underrated song.
Once again,
the last three songs we're talking about, guys, are off the Carter 3. So
Tie My Hands is
good.
a
Shout out to Robin Thicke.
Underrated song. The chorus is crazy. The beat is crazy. That might be one of like Lil Wayne's most important songs too, because it was about like Katrina and stuff like that, like in New Orleans.
That Freedom Mattis.
And I listened to it on the way back, and that song is still just...
Tie My Hands is nuts, yo.
That song, for me, it does it.
Shout out to Tie My Hands.
It's in my top 5.
That's my song. All right, number 3 for me, and I'm not ranking them. I'm just trying to keep track in my head. Number 3 for me is Hustler Music.
That's in mine too. Yeah.
Off of the cart.
It's the Hustler Music.
The production. So Carter 2 is still like one of the more rough sounding in production. It's not mixed amazing. But when that song came on, it was like they sent it to a whole different mix in production. Like, it's so big. Like, that's one of those where you'll listen to a string of the songs and have to turn it down a little bit because it comes through so, like, loud. It sounds amazing. Hustler Music. I remember the video. He's wearing all Bape. He's wearing a Bape purple camouflage. Like,
his dreads aren't as long.
No, Hustler Music is insane.
Even the chorus is good. The beat's good.
I will forever love that song.
Slows down, picks up where it needs to.
That's one of my favorite Wayne songs of all time. Like, I think that in describing Lil Wayne, you only play like a few songs, and that should be in there because it's so good. So Hustler Music for me.
Hustler Music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Lollipop on it.
It's great. People hate. There's some people who hate Lollipop because it's not hard, but like
that was played in the clubs everywhere.
It's great.
And
it's
the beat,
a great
Rest
song.
in Peace, Static.
Yeah, Static Major made that song. It's great.
And to me, I had to put that on because Lil Wayne too. Like, think about it. It's that hum melody stuff, and that was a chorus, and that just shows. He made like hit tracks too for like the clubs as well as just rapping straight, and so that's kind of really why I put it. But that beat was wild to me, and that song can still, when you play that at a party, like I'm sure people still go nuts.
Yeah, So my next one is, people are probably gonna have to do some, not research to find it, but it is his DOA freestyle off No Ceilings, his Death of Auto-Tune free, bro.
I forgot about that one.
That song, No Ceilings, by the way, as a tape is crazy. The first No Ceilings is crazy, but DOA, everyone was rapping off of that because Jay-Z put out Death of Auto-Tune.
Yeah.
And when you heard it come on and you hear that lighter flick, whenever Wayne has the lighter flick at the beginning of the song, it says, all right. And you hear like a little lighter flick, it's over.
Right.
You know the song is about to be serious. You know there's no, he's you know he's rapping then. Death of Autotune, freestyle. I love that one.
My last one is Mr. Carter.
Great
One of
song.
the best
Great
intros.
song. Great song.
That whole, and he even got Jay on it. Like, think about that.
Which is crazy
He
because
got
they had
Jay on
tension
it.
at that time. It's crazy.
He got Jay on it. Carter and Mr. Carter, Jay-Z giving him props still for being one of the top dogs. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
His last name is Carter. Lil Wayne is calling himself Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
And you get Jay to still rap on it.
Yeah. It's insane.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
I am him.
Tell me where you been.
Around the world, travel back again.
They been watching, they
Who's
been
been asking
searching,
me?
they been wondering
In case you
why.
wonder.
It's so good.
Song's so good. Song's so
Anyways,
good.
gets me hype. Lil Wayne. I think the Carter 3 is personally a classic. Let us know on Twitter.
Tell
Do you
us.
guys think the Carter 2 is a classic? Do you think the Carter 3 is a classic? Do you think either one of them are classic? But hit us up, Daps_pounds. And you know what? Maybe on Monday what we'll do is we'll put up a picture of the Carter 2, the Carter 3, and say pick one.
Yeah. One's gotta go.
One's gotta go.
One's
You gotta
gotta
pick
go.
it out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I pretty much think that's everything that we got going. So
Guys, we're gonna get into our 101 conversation starters for couples to close out this show. We are so very happy that you have joined us. Like he said, Daps_pounds. Please leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the Daps and Pounds show on YouTube, Stitcher, and iTunes. We're gonna get this question cracking, and then we're gonna end the show.
regardless of how long I live, I hope I will always be remembered in a positive light.
That's yours. Be remembered in a positive light. I'll say stay close to family. But that too. What you said too. What you said too. But stay close to family. And this past weekend in Louisiana really taught me, you know, how important it is to stay connected. There were people that I talked to that I hadn't talked to forever and like knew nothing about my life, and I felt bad. I was like, man, I got first cousins that need advice for certain things, but
Your phone contacts must have got and pretty large.
Yeah. I had a lot of people on Facebook. A lot of people have my phone contacts now. But
Awesome.
yeah, shout out to everybody. We do this show because we love it. We hope you loved it too. This was episode 32. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobie,
representing 2 mics,
2 friends,
and 1 show,
The Daps and Pounds Show.
Guys, come back next week. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Shouts to the shout out. Gang, gang, gang. Woo!